Hi, I am Astrid. I am Wattle and Wool, and I have rushed home makeup free in my PJs to talk to you today. I would firstly like to acknowledge the traditional owners, the Noongar people on the land on which I stand, and pay my respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. So I've got a whole lot. I have made my little hot chocolate to get started, and let's get started. It's not okay, it is cold, but like Perth cold. So it's, hitting 20 degrees, 18 degrees as a maximum. Some days in the morning it can be like 4 degrees or 6 degrees. So I'm personally loving it, but many people around me are hating it. I wanted to show you what I got because I really wanted to unbox a few things with you. I'm waiting for this to cool down so I can drink it. I don't know why I'm holding it. I wanted to unbox a few things with you. So I'm actually going to do things the opposite way. And I'm going to show you my acquisitions before I show you my works in progress. I don't have any finished objects, but I'll get there. So first things first. I sent all my socks to Maddie of Mad About Ewe. I haven't opened this yet, so there's going to be some rustling. But I wanted to show you what sock tubes look like when they first come, they first arrive. So I sent them in my little bag. This bag I got given by a beautiful friend in Norway, Hannah. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, so I've opened my bag. And they're all very neatly stacked in, and they look so cool. I'm so glad I didn't open this before, but they look amazing. Okay, so firstly, with the little yellow cat, this is hand-dyed Australian yarn, merino pearl sock yarn in a 4-ply in the color Sultana. This is 80% wool, 20% nylon, and I have got a whole sock tube. Haha. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna be weird. What am I not, really? I want to put this on my foot to make sure it fits. Because I was a bit worried. Because I've got, I have big feet. Like, admittedly, I've got quite big feet. And so I didn't know whether I should go for a 64 stitch or a 72. I think that was it, 72 stitch. So I just guessed and went for the bigger one because girls got big feet. But these are perfect. So how did she Maddie of Mad About Ewe is the person who I sent these to. She has a sock winder, so a sock winding business. And then this is obviously the scrap yarn that she has used as well. So what I will need to do is cut into these. I will need to firstly probably cut them in half and then add on toes, heels, and cuffs. I have little minis that I am going to have with them. And I think I figured out what mini I want per sock, but I don't have them with me because I was just too excited to open the socks. So that is the first one. The second one, so she's given her little card. So this is Mad About Ewe. How cute is this card? Love it. So her name is Madeline Damaris. and she can be found at Mad About Ewe. I'll link everything down below and probably write it on here if I remember. But these are socks made with Stitchcraft and Wizardry yarn. And I've got the mini that will go with these ones, so I know which ones these ones will be. Let's put them on that one. Here is more Stitchcraft and Wizardry. This is Sunshine Lollipops and Yarn Rainbows. And look at the stripe. How cool. Let's come out with a really cool stripe. Oh, I feel like I'm getting all the benefit of knitting socks, but without knitting socks. This is amazing. I love Maddie for doing this because honestly, everyone knows I hate knitting socks, but I would love to be able to wear them. So this makes me so happy. This one is another Stitchcraft and Wizardry Phineas Fogg's Fantastic Fig Jam. And I have the mini of I Like to Move It. That's going to go with this one. This one isn't quite as stripy. It's more just coloured. But that's fun. My feet have been really cold lately, so I'm excited. And I wear proper shoes every day to work. So I'm excited to be able to wear my own socks. Like, socks that I've made. Even though Maddie's made this bit, then I'm going to finish it. You know what I mean. This one is Bubble Bubble Pop. And woo, this is bright. Look at that. Look how fun that is. Ah, that is so cool. These are so much fun. I really gave Maddie a lot. Sorry, Maddie. Oh, do I have spare? Here we go. This one here is I Am Passepartout. And then I've got the matching single, which is called Chan Dynasty. So I'll keep that one in there with that one. Do we have any other? Maybe we've got some loose. No, I think we're good. All right, this one here is another Stitchcraft and Wizardry one. I think they're all Stitchcraft and Wizardry except for the first one. I love this blue. I don't feel like I wear a lot of blue, so I feel like wearing blue socks is going to be fun because I don't really have a lot of blue clothes. I have this one, which is another Phileas Fantastic Jam because I sent 2 lots. I might even, I think because I've sent 2, I think the plan was to give one as a giveaway as well. So I will keep maybe one. And then this is the other I Am Passepartout as well. I will put these 2 aside and then I will give them as a giveaway at the end of the year like I'm planning on doing. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 are mine and then 2 because there's doubles. These will be for you. So I think that is how I will do it. And then she wrote me a little note and she says, "Lovely Astrid, thank you so much for trusting me with your skeins of yarn to turn them into tubes for you. It is always such fun to see them knit up. The brown ones are a little looser gauge. I couldn't get it any tighter. Maddie, it's fine. It fits my foot. Totally worth it. Happy heels, toes and cuffs. Love, Maddie." And she put a little washi tape of love hearts at the bottom. So thank you so much, Maddie, for turning these into socks for me, or sock tubes, and I will finish the job and put them back into socks. But this has taken out like 80% of the work, and I'm so grateful. Now I have to learn how to cut into things, which I'm actually quite scared for, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure. The next thing is I will put in a cutaway of me dancing in my bathroom, which is just in there, showing you the clothes that I just got. So this is from, I always say it wrong, Pemimpi, the label. So this is from Jess Knits and Sews, and she has got her own fashion label, which is so cool. And she's not quite as size inclusive as she would like to be right now, and I know she wants to be more, but at the moment it's about getting production, getting the label started, getting everything out there. I am trying really hard now to only buy from brands that are size inclusive. However, I do understand when you're a small beginning brand that you can't be. So I have bought her stuff. I am, to be perfectly honest, like a decent size 16 in Australian sizes. Sometimes I'm like, I'm a 14. No, girl. No, I'm not. I'm a 16. I'm rocking it, and I like my curves. I like my body, but I'm definitely on the curvier end of the system. And she sent me, because I've reached out to her and said, look, 2 things. I've got a wedding coming up that I really want a nice dress to wear to. I was talking to my cousin Jess, who's getting married, and she was like, because it said like no bold colors. And I was like, well, what color do I wear? I was thinking like, do I wear beige or cream? But then that's too close to white and I feel uncomfortable doing that. And she was like, girl, like black is a neutral. And I was like, yes, I love it because I love wearing black. So I've got this beautiful black dress. And then Jess was like, oh, so this skirt and top combo were meant to go together. And I personally wouldn't wear the skirt, but I loved the top. So I grabbed the top as well. So I will show you little inserts of me in them, but they are absolutely beautiful. So thank you so much, Jess. Again, that's Pemimpi, the label. I've just rushed home to try this on. I love it. This is a size 14. It is a little tight, but not in a bad way. I love how flowy, swingy and comfortable this is. Oh, it's so nice. This is perfect. And it's nice and high necked as well, so I don't have to worry about anything. Just, I can put my hair up, leave it down. It's a good length. What a great dress. I love it. You can tell I just got this out of the box, but this is the other thing that I just got. It's a shirt. I love the bow neck detail. I don't feel like it's too fussy, which I often do, so I really like it. I love these big bell sleeves. It needs a good iron, or at least a steam, but I love how it sits over my chest and then flares out really nicely. It's good for any kind of day, really. And I'm probably gonna move heaps, but look at the swing. I love it. This is so beautiful. Third acquisition is already trying to take flight. So, this is from Wool and Works, who again wrote me a beautiful little card. So I'm getting cards from everyone. And she just said, thank you so much for your ongoing support. I can't wait to see your jacket because she and I are in a test knit together, which I will show you the cast on in a minute. There's a reason I did this first, then that. And this is my huge box of yarn. So I saw the invoice because I basically, okay, story time. I said to Chloe of Wool and Works, I was like, hey, have you seen this amazing test knit call out by Phoebe of Friday Knits? And she was like, oh my God, that's amazing. So it is a bomber style jacket. And I was like, okay, I want to knit it in your yarn, please. So can you please come back to Australia and then dye some yarn so that I can knit it? And she was like, yes, that sounds like fun. So I said to her, I love fairy bread. Now this is the fairy bread in the Aran base. Oh, it's just so much fun. Just these like rainbow speckles and pops. They're so cool. And I was like, I love this. Like I've fallen in love with it. I need it. Can I please have this one? And then any other random color that you want to go as a extra. And so she was like, oh, okay, let me get thinking. And behind the scenes, she sneaked onto my Instagram and saw that I had pink hair for a while. So she decided that tickled pink is going to be the perfect combination. And yes, Chloe, they are working so well. So these are both in the Aran base. I love how this pink is tonal. So it's really like it changes color, not color, but you know, it changes tonal, that makes sense. And then she also, because again, I say this every time that I go shopping, but I need to. Every time I go shopping, I try and buy a little bit extra because the point is that I shouldn't be shopping so much, to try and stop me so that I have to buy extra for you. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to do a giveaway and give yarn. So she gave me a couple of options of what to choose. And then I saw these mohair and I was like, yes, the mohair, please. So we've got Karma Chameleon, which was her Christmas 2021 Advent colorway. And I'm actually really mad that I've decided to give these as a giveaway because I want them so much. might have to go back and order more and then give you more of a giveaway. So this is the Karma Chameleon on the lace mohair. I'll read out the meterage in a minute. This one is Rainbow Fish. And I love these like little flecks inside it. And then it's almost like iridescent with gold in here. Like it's not quite gold, but it looks it. It's beautiful. Very Rainbow Fish. You know the book we used to read? If you used to read it, you should read it. It's a good book. And then this one here is Fairy Bread in the mohair. And this is the one that I'm trying to not tuck into my stash and ignore that I meant to give it away because, oh my God, it's so beautiful. So this is the Aran base and this is the mohair base. And I should have asked for another one for me. I really should have. So this is 72% mohair, 28% silk, 50 grams, 420 meters, and it's 2-ply. So all three of these bases are, and they are going to be, I have to put them aside. I have to. This is why I say it on camera, on screen, so that I know I have to do it. I have to put them aside. I have to. I do. The other thing that I'm going to use these for, so let's get on to works in progress. I will immediately show you what I have started knitting with these because it's just so good and I have to share it. So this is the test knit for the bomber.com, which is the Friday Knits pattern. I have now done the hem, so this is a little bit late starting on, which is stressing me a little bit. It's not quite as neon as it's showing up, but it's still like a beautiful bright, so it's kind of accurate. And you can see these little flecks of color coming through. My computer has now told me that it is low on battery. So let's see if I can do this and smash through the conversation. So this, it's just so pretty and so squishy. It's like a brioche, one color brioche rib. It's beautiful. So I'm about to start on the fisherman's rib next, which is the next step. So this is these two put together. This is my contrast color, and then this will be my main color. So I've got way more of this than I do of the pink. Yeah, way more. That said though, I do need to do a like an example of my cozy cabin brioche. I have decided that I'm going to kind of video tutorial it. So these are going to, I'm gonna have to find somewhere to do it. Find it somehow. I don't really know how to do it, but maybe it'll be private if you've got the link, and then I'll add the link into the pattern. But I basically want to knit it aside, like alongside you. So I was thinking I could do it on this, on the pink and the speckle, because that would show up really nicely and it would be beautiful. But I don't know if I've got enough to do that. That was kind of the thought this morning that I decided, but we will see. But yes, so this is how much I've knit already and how much I've still got. I will show you a cutaway of me winding yarn for this. Spoiler alert, I wound yarn terribly and both times it completely failed. The second time was this one, and Mum walks in and goes, no, the first time was this one, and Mum walks in and goes, oh, that's an interesting contraption. And I was trying to make the yarn obey and it wasn't. And I was like, yeah, it totally is when it works. So the second time I was doing this one and I was like, Mum, look, it's working. And then pretty much she walks in to have a look and it goes blah, 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 and just stops working. So no. I had to hand wound this one especially, but this is the cake that it's meant to look a bit more like. But it doesn't matter because they're both beautiful, squishy, and knitting up like a dream. So I'm going to take the computer telling me that we've got to hurry up. I'm going to hurry up and I'm going to quickly tell you the other things before I get back to knitting on this. I'm going to put this beside me. As everyone could have told me and probably was screaming at the computers, hey, Astrid, when you plan things like knitting this Rowan, where are we? No, patterns wrapped in 2 lengths. When you plan this and then look at the meterage and go, oh, it'll work, surprisingly, it won't work. So I switched ideas and I decided to go to Nutiden, which is an unspun, very soft yarn. It is very breakable, but I think when I get into the rhythm of it, it's really easy to knit with. So at first I was having a lot of issues, but then it became really quite comfortable. I basically knit all of this on the original yarn and then went, no, it's not going to work, and put it onto this yarn. This one is more floaty, so it's more, yeah, floaty is the best word for it. It really feels loose and fairy-like. I do think this is the back, so it'll be very warm, it'll stretch out in a good way. And I'm very confident that this is going to be what I want it to be. I'm not entirely confident about the color, but I kind of feel like I could always over dye it if I really wanted to, like a dark chocolate or something. And I feel like that would look really good on this neutral beige yarn. So I have hope and I have options no matter what happens. The next thing, I went to the Van Gogh exhibit. I will sneak in some videos and pictures in here next. This is with me in the pigtails and then my best friend and her mum. And so we went together to the Van Gogh exhibit. She went in Melbourne and she loved it. And she was like, oh my God, we have to go. So she bought me the ticket, which was so generous of her. And we went, and this was on Sunday. So since Sunday, we had a public holiday on Monday, and I spent quite a while doing this one up on Monday. People are home. But this was the brioche scarf cowl that I started. So I have a brioche scarf called Meet Me in Italy. This was yellow and green, or like mustard and green. I made it for my friend Beth for her birthday, and I gave it to her. So I don't actually have it anymore, but I love it so much and I haven't written it up properly as a pattern. I really wanted to and thought it would look like a beautiful cowl. So I decided to jump on and do it as a cowl. And then I realized that I counted the numbers wrong. So then I ripped them back, but I recast on while at the exhibit. And I didn't manage to count properly. So you can see here is the difference between the grow and the increase and the decrease. And then again, decrease and the increase and the decrease. So they're all a lovely, however many stitches apart until you get to the cast on bit where I just kind of clearly stopped counting and went, yeah, that's enough. No, decrease, increase. So I'm going to fudge it. I'm only going to take photos of the front because that's all I really need. I'll just make it up. But I have written it for the amount of numbers that it needs to be. I have triple checked it. I will be sending it to my tech editor to, again, double check it for me. And if you would like to test knit this or the scarf, please let me know. It is brioche. It isn't fingering weight. But honestly, it's pretty easy. Like, I think brioche is one of the most spectacular things that you can knit because it looks so beautiful and like people keep taking their breath away. Well, I keep taking people's breath away with it, and it's actually quite simple. Also in requests to test knit things for me, the brioche cabin is almost written. The Cozy Cabin brioche knit is almost done. That was using the Advents from Twisted Willow yarns for the Advent last year, 2021. And I've been wearing it at school and I've had some of the best compliments. I've written them down, but they include things like, that just looks like a hug around your shoulders. And I'm like, what beautiful. Yes, tell me more. So lovely. So that's been really lovely to hear. The last thing before I go, because my computer's beeping. Well, not beeping, it's flashing at me. This is my cardigan. And I've made so much progress since the last time I showed you because I'm up to the second sleeve. So this is the first sleeve. It's so long. I think I forgot how long my arms were. I kept measuring it like this, going, oh yeah, that'll be enough. And then forgetting that it actually grows. And when it grows, it shrinks a little bit in length. I've done like 4 inches of rib. I don't know if I need to cut back on this. So I've kept a lot of yarn length. I haven't woven in any ends because I may need to cut it back and finish off on this side. I have little odds and ends balls that I was going to knit with the sleeves anyway. So I might do the ribbing in that, maybe. So this is... I'm so glad I'm showing this to you right now. Oh, I'm a genius. This is the outside. So is this. Oh. All right, so I'll be undoing a sleeve and then recasting it on the other side. That's really funny. Okay. It's okay. It's only like half a bicep worth. Oh, that's so funny. I'm so glad I caught it now. I'm so glad I showed this to you now instead of finishing the whole sleeve and then trying it on, because I would. Oh, that's so funny. All right, well, I'm now going to go frog this and work on my test knit and upload this for you. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy little cutaways, and I hope you get a good little giggle because this is hilarious. Hi, I'm a big designer. I knit things inside out. One thing I would like to do, I got this idea off the Crazy Stitches or the Stitches Sisters or something podcast. And they do like a listener one. So they do they give out a prompt every podcast, and then they basically talk about the prompts at the end. So this one is going to be, have you ever knit a sleeve inside out by accident and didn't catch it until you were showing someone? Or what embarrassing knit mistakes have you made? Maybe on camera. Okay.